You think you're resting. You're not. You're disappearing. Right now, somewhere in your life, there's a version of you that was supposed to exist by now. Sharper, colder, more dangerous. And he's not late. He's gone. Comfort killed him quietly, while you were busy calling it self-care. Nobody warned you. Nobody sat you down and said the truth, that the soft bed, the extra hour of sleep, the "I'll start Monday," the snooze button, none of it was innocent. Every single one of those moments was a small, quiet execution, and you were the one holding the weapon. Let's stop lying to each other right now. You didn't fail because you weren't talented. You didn't fail because the timing was wrong. You failed because you got comfortable enough to stop being afraid, and fear was the only thing keeping you moving. Think about the last time your hands actually shook. The last time your heart pounded before you did something. Can't remember. That's the problem. That's the whole diagnosis right there. You've been sedated by convenience, numbed by routine. And numb people don't build empires. They build excuses. Somewhere out there, right now, someone with half your ability is outworking you. Not because they're smarter. Not because they got lucky. Because they're still uncomfortable. Because they haven't found the couch yet. Because nobody's handed them a reason to stop feeling that itch under their skin that says, "Not enough. Not yet. Not even close." You found that couch. You found the show that numbs the itch. You found the person who tells you you're doing fine. You found the algorithm that feeds you comfort disguised as motivation. Quotes you screenshot and never apply. Videos you watch and never act on. That's not growth. That's a funeral you're attending for yourself, and you brought the snacks. Here's the part that's going to sting. Comfort doesn't announce itself. It doesn't kick down your door. It slides in through the cracks. It whispers. It says, "You've earned this." It says, "One day won't matter." It says, "You'll catch up tomorrow." And tomorrow becomes a word you've used so many times it's lost all its weight. Tomorrow is where dreams go to rot slowly, painlessly, while you sleep soundly next to them. You want to know what real danger looks like? It doesn't look like failure. Failure is loud. Failure hurts. Failure teaches. Real danger looks like a warm room, a soft chair, low expectations, and people around you who never challenge you because they're comfortable too. Real danger is when everyone around you claps for mediocrity, because mediocrity makes them feel safe about their own. You've been clapped for too many times for doing the bare minimum, and somewhere along the way, you started believing the applause. That's when it happens. That's the exact moment comfort wins. Not when you quit, but when you stop noticing that you already have. Let me take you somewhere. Picture the version of you 5 years from now if nothing changes. Same routines, same doubts, same, "I'll figure it out eventually." He's sitting somewhere older, heavier, not just physically, but in spirit, looking back at this exact moment, this exact video, wishing he could reach through the screen and grab you by the collar and scream. He's not disappointed in your circumstances. He's disappointed that you had this warning and you still didn't move. That version of you is real. He's not imaginary. He's a mathematical certainty if you keep choosing the path of least resistance. Every comfortable decision you make today is a vote for him. Every hard decision is a vote against him. This isn't motivation. This is arithmetic. Cold, brutal, unforgiving arithmetic. You ever notice how the people who made it talk about their hardest years like they were sacred? Like the sleepless nights, the empty fridge, the rejection after rejection. Like those were the fuel, not the punishment. That's because discomfort isn't the enemy you were told it was. Discomfort is the forge. Comfort is the rust. And you've been soaking in it for so long you don't even recognize the corrosion anymore. Ask yourself something honest right now. When's the last time you did something that scared you? Not nervous. Not mildly uneasy. Scared. Stomach in your throat, can't sleep the night before scared. If you can't remember, that's your answer. That's the whole conversation, right there, in one silent, uncomfortable truth. You've mistaken stability for progress. They are not the same thing. A man can be perfectly stable and still be dying inside, one comfortable day at a time. Stability without growth is just a slower, more polite version of decay. It doesn't look like collapse. It looks like Tuesday. It looks like Wednesday. It looks like every single unremarkable day you've let slide by because nothing was technically wrong. Nothing being wrong is not the same as something being right. Here's what they don't tell you about comfort. It's not just soft, it's addictive. Your brain rewards you for choosing the easy path, the same way it rewards you for anything pleasurable. Every time you choose the couch over the grind, a tiny part of your brain says good job, and it wants you to do it again. That's not weakness. That's biology weaponized against your own ambition. And the only way to beat a rigged system is to know it's rigged. So now you know. What are you going to do with that? Most people, when they hear something like this, they feel a little spark, a little fire. And then 20 minutes later, they're back on the couch, scrolling, telling themselves they'll start tomorrow. That's the trap closing again. That's comfort disguised as inspiration, luring you right back into the same warm, safe, invisible grave. You are not most people. Or at least, you don't have to be. But saying that means nothing if the next thing you do is close this video and go back to exactly what you were doing before you opened it. Let's talk about the people around you for a second. Because comfort isn't just something you do to yourself. It's something that gets handed to you by everyone who claims to love you. Your friends who tell you you're already doing enough. Your family who says, just relax, you deserve it. They're not lying to hurt you. They're lying because your growth threatens their comfort. If you change, they have to look in the mirror and ask why they didn't. That's the quiet betrayal nobody talks about. Not malicious, not cruel, just comfortable people protecting their comfort by keeping you comfortable too. And you've been thanking them for it. You've been calling it support. Real support doesn't feel good all the time. Real support tells you the truth even when it costs the relationship. If everyone around you only ever tells you what you want to hear, you're not surrounded by a support system. You're surrounded by an audience watching you fade, clapping the whole way down. You need to ask yourself who in your life has actually made you uncomfortable in the last year. Who has challenged you, pushed you, told you something you didn't want to hear but needed to. If that list is empty, that's not peace. That's isolation dressed up as harmony. Now let's go deeper. Because this isn't just about hustle or productivity or waking up at 5 in the morning like some influencer told you to. This is about identity. Comfort doesn't just steal your time. It steals your self-concept. The longer you stay comfortable, the more your brain rewrites who you are to match your behavior. You stop being someone who's going to build something and quietly become someone who thinks about building something. The gap between those two people is where dreams go to die, slowly, without a funeral, without anyone noticing, including you. You don't wake up one day and decide to give up. Nobody does that. It's death by 1,000 comfortable decisions. A missed workout here. A skipped opportunity there. A conversation you were too scared to have. A risk you didn't take because the couch was right there, warm, waiting, understanding. And one day you look up and 10 years passed, and you're wondering where that fire went. And the answer is, it never went anywhere. You just kept dousing it, one comfortable choice at a time, until there was nothing left to reignite. But here's the part that should give you chills instead of dread. If comfort killed it slowly, discomfort can rebuild it just as slowly. You don't need a miracle. You don't need a single dramatic turning point like in the movies. You need one uncomfortable decision today, then another tomorrow, then another. The same mechanism that buried you can dig you back out. It just requires you to stop choosing the thing that feels good in the moment and start choosing the thing that feels good in retrospect. Let that sink in. Feels good in the moment. That's comfort's whole sales pitch. Feels good in retrospect. That's the only currency that actually matters. Nobody on their deathbed brags about how many naps they took. Nobody looks back at 80 years old and says, I'm so glad I stayed comfortable. The regret isn't in what people did. It's in every single thing they didn't do because staying still felt safer. You have a choice to make, and you're going to make it whether you realize it or not, because not choosing is a choice too. Silence is a decision. Staying still is a decision. Every hour you spend in the same pattern is a vote for the same outcome. The results in your life right now are not random. They are the sum of every comfortable choice you've made up until this exact second. So here's the question that should be echoing in your skull right now. Not, when will things get easier? Because things getting easier is the enemy. The real question is, what am I willing to feel uncomfortable for, starting today? Not next Monday, not after this video ends and you scroll to the next one looking for another hit of motivation without action. Today, right now. While the discomfort of hearing this is still fresh, while your chest still feels a little tight, while some part of you is quietly panicking because you know how much time you've already lost to being comfortable. That panic is not your enemy. That panic is the first sign of life you've felt in a long time. Do not numb it. Do not scroll past it. Do not go find something soft to make it go away. Sit in it. Let it burn. Let it be the fuel instead of the discomfort you've been avoiding your whole life. Because somewhere out there, the version of you that was supposed to exist by now, the sharper, colder, more dangerous version, he's not gone yet. He's just been sleeping. And every single uncomfortable decision you make from this second forward is one step closer to waking him back up. Comfort has had you long enough. It's time to make it earn you back. Get up.